Hello everybody, I'm getting ready to cut myself some vinyl stickers and I figured I might as well go ahead and make a real quick little video here of what I'm doing. I've got somebody that wants the Kawasaki Brute Force 750 for their four-wheeler cutout. He was actually looking for a farm four-wheeler style silhouette of it, and I do not have any of those. Apparently the companies that I've got my graphics from in the past don't believe people want farm four-wheelers on their stickers. Mostly racing guys, the ones that want those. So I've got a ton of different racing ones, but none in the actual farm style. But anyway, he decided to go ahead and just go with the regular wording only and not worry about it. This right here is actually on my PC, which is kind of strange. You can see it down the cabinet. It only gets turned on about, I don't know, well actually the only time it ever gets turned on is to do this stuff here. The program that actually runs this cutter is not compatible with my Mac, so as opposed to having to buy a new $500 cutting program for my cutter, I went ahead and just cheaped out and left my old PC hooked up, and it works for this. It's definitely not the most fun. It really used to be a great big pain in the butt, but it's there. It's just sitting on my desk and not really in any way. You can see my iPad, my Mac are there. Basically I'm uploading a couple of videos at the moment. This right here is the color he wanted. It's what they actually are calling grass green. And basically, for those of you who are not familiar, this unit is set up pretty much just to run off of the computer. It's going to tell it where to cut. And all it has is this little, I don't know if I can get this to focus maybe. This little unit right here is a really sharp little knife that'll just track back and forth, straight back and forth, while the actual vinyl rolls in and out. And what happens with that is the fact that while it moves, it actually creates the lettering. So I'm going to go ahead and reach over here and hit the start button, and I'll leave this on for a couple seconds, not very long. It is super loud, so I'm just wanted to warn you about that part. As you can see, as the cutter's going back and forth, left to right, the motors are running the Y-axis back and forth on the actual vinyl moving in and out. And that's what's going to cut your circles, your squares, every single shape you need. Basically runs on two axes. Pretty much the same concept as an old Etch-a-Sketch, except this one here, instead of being sand and like static electricity, it's actually vinyl, and instead of being that little pin looking thing, it's actually a knife. So that's what we got going. Once this gets done, it takes, I don't know, quite a bit. I'll go ahead and start weeding it out and show you the next step. Back here again. Not sure how well this is going to show up, but I'm hoping it does. You guys can clearly see an S there, I hope. And that's pretty much what we have at the moment for the vinyl. And let's see here if we can get another one. If we look inside here, I'm going to see if I can't do this just my finger. Usually I use my tweezers and that, but with the camera I'm going to try and use just my fingers. What we do is, this is what they call weeding. And what I'm doing is I'm peeling out, as you can clearly see, I peeled out a chunk there, and that actually is the center of that A. I'm not sure if I can get the light on that just right or not, so you guys can see that. There we go. Maybe I should be able to see it there. And what I'll do is I'll take my razor and I'll cut the whole thing in half without cutting through the paper, just the vinyl. I'll score it, or I can peel off the outside, and I'll come back. Once it's all weeded, I'll show you. Then the next step will be putting on the transfer tape and going from there. Okay, back here again to kind of show you what it looks like. This is the sign all cut out, not covered in the transfer paper yet. This is what it's gonna look like on a window, except obviously on the tinted window or even the clear glass. I don't think the dark green is gonna show up too well, but it's what the guy wanted, so it's what we end up with. That over there is the big pile of junk that all came off the outside. That's what was in all these blank areas that the vinyl cutter actually cut out. One of the nice things about this, the fact that you can do numerous different things. I can go as big as I want to go, up to 24 inches tall and up to about 300 feet long at one time. don't like to go really hang over like 20 feet long, tends to want to track off just a little bit. It's not the most true. So usually what I'll do if I get real big projects like that, I will actually cut them in sections and do them individually at different, you know, cut them up. Say this Kawasaki was going to be, say, 20 feet long, I would cut it in half around, you know, the A and the O of the Kawasaki and the O of the Force, make it in 2 separate pieces, and then just piece it back together on the project. Any of the real big stuff like that, I also install myself because I don't want to leave it to the customer because it's so easy to screw up. I tend to actually do the installation myself on that too. So what we have right now, usually I do this in the giant full-size rolls, but because this is such a small project, I have the transfer tape right here, which basically all it is just really low tack masking tape. It's just a giant roll, and this comes in up to 48 inches wide is what I have it in for doing the great big stuff. And it, as you can see, it's a great big thick roll, will last, you know, a long time. And once I get this put on and get it squeegeed out, I'll go ahead and come back and show you what the final product looks like that I send out to the customer. And basically, here's the final little segment of this. This is what the final product looks like. The tape, as you can see, you can clearly see through it. Works great. It's just a low tack masking tape. They also make this in clear, so you can actually see the color a lot better, because this clearly looks like a gray or black colored vinyl at the moment. I have never had a lot of good luck with the clear, so I stick with just the plain masking. The other thing I do like about this, that this product does come with on the back, it's clearly got a grid on it, so if a person would want to try and use that to help lay out the program. Also the fact it has the name of the company, which is Oracle, who made this. It's 641 is the product, so if a person was to need to replace the exact same stuff, we can do that. And I always give the customer the color, which is grass green. That way if they ever need to update or do anything like that, I can always keep that in stock. And if I don't have it in stock, I mean, I can reorder it for them by knowing the exact number. So pretty much what we do is send this out to them. I actually will roll this up really loosely and put a paper clip on it and send it to the customer. Have yourself a safe and wonderful day, and thank you guys for watching. Feel free to rate, comment, subscribe.